Hey everyone, hello. Hope everyone is doing well. All right, so for our W activity, we are going to be making a wind chime. Okay, wind chime is a cool activity because it ends up becoming a fidget tool that we can use. It's one that's really visually stimulating. We can paint it to make it even more visually appealing, and it's a nice one that encourages both of our hands to work together and our fine motor manipulation skills actually to spin it. So it's something to make it work is going to be incorporating that fine motor in-hand manipulation skill of shift, right? The same thing if we're turning pages to turn papers one page at a time. We're using this finger sliding motion, right? Which is an in-hand manipulation skill. Okay, so we need a piece of toilet paper roll that's empty. Okay, we need some string and some scissors. Okay, so what we are gonna do is we cut our toilet paper roll just about to, in thin lines, just about to the 1/4 inch mark, I would say, from the end. So something just like this. Okay, so we're gonna do that and we're gonna cut strips all the way across. Doing our best, oops, not to go too deep. If you do go deep, that's okay. I'm going too deep. All right, as long as we don't cut through it. So it's actually a good one to also practice. Remember to keep your fingers safe. Okay, please be careful, please stay safe. It's a good one to practice that self-control to pause the cutting when we get to the end, not to accidentally cut off of our paper roll and cut our paper roll in half. And it might happen, right, if we have some difficulty stopping those motions, right? So it just starts and keeps going. So it's a good way to practice some of that self-control and coordinated control to not cut all the way and to stop. Okay, and I was gonna pause to fast forward for you, but I'm already here at the end. Please make sure you watch your fingers, especially on the last one. You can always flip it over so you have some more room to hold it with. Okay, and it should look something like this. Okay, so there's several different things you could do with this. This alone is a pretty nice kind of an experience. Even just using this as like a calming strategy, a fidget tool for a calming type of experience. This is actually pretty nice. Maybe I'm gonna have to do something with this as well. You might see this again. I like this. Okay, but for our activity, we get our fingers in here and we open up our toilet paper roll. Okay, put our thumbs in to reach for the middle and we're gently folding it one piece at a time just to open it up. Okay, until our two outside pieces touch. And it looks like this. Okay, this is gonna become our windmill. All right, and what we're gonna do is we take a piece of string, cut our string. Okay, remember, be safe using the scissors. All right, take our string, and we want to have a little bit of extra string sticking out so that we can use our fingers to hold it. So maybe just about 2.5, 3 inches or so. Be careful because the string does get stuck inside the corners of the toilet paper roll. Okay, but even just something just like this is going to be enough. All right, so nice way to practice using both those hands together. Okay, so here, our string, this is what we're going to use. So we are going to try to make this to come out in the middle. So it's a good way to practice using our fingers, to kind of hold this together, right? So we want this to come out of the middle of our toilet paper roll. So we can just kind of pinch this right here so it holds in the middle. And then with the other end, we go to the other side and we lace around here. All right, we come back into the middle. Okay. And we go here, across this way, and lace around. Okay, we come across the other way, and we lace around. So we're basically making like a T kind of a formation. Okay, and then when we come back, we can put that string right back through the middle. All right, so I essentially just made like a T formation. It doesn't have to be anything specific, but just basically going to all the different sides of that windmill. All right, so this way, I have some different strings here that I can work with to see how to tie this to make it come kind of in the middle. All right, so if I want to make it come in the middle, maybe I'm going to tuck it in here a little bit, right? You can see there's a little space here, so I tuck it in here, tie it in a knot. Good way to practice some tying. Okay, and it comes right out the middle. Oops, and it didn't actually tie. So I'll tuck it in one more time. And pull it out, and now it ties, and it's right here in the middle. And see, it doesn't look extremely beautiful. It's not a certain specific way to do it. Just kind of making sure to get all the different sides, okay? So that we can have control of it to spin it. So see how here it's coming through the kind of middle-ish, the middle of our windmill. So on the back, we can do the same. I cut mine a little bit short, but let's see if I can make a little one. So let me just real quick. So I'll do just one here. And I'll loop it around. And do one here. Okay, I'm just gonna have to cut it short by doing just these two. Just because I cut my string a little bit short, but it'll still be okay. Okay, loop it in our hole here. Okay, there we go. All right, so see how it's tilted a little bit still? It's because I didn't get these two sides on the outside. But the point is that once we make it, we have a string coming out of one side, a string coming out on the other side, and we can spin our fingers. And this one's a little bit lopsided. You can see that here, and I'm trying to do it kind of quick for you. You can always take your time to make it a little bit more symmetrical and a little bit more flowing, smooth flowing. So here on the top, this is a pretty good one. It comes right out of the middle. Here on the bottom, I didn't have enough. I only had two sides. So when I'm holding it, you can see that it's not fully symmetrical. It's a little lopsided. And that's why you might see it spinning like this. But see this manipulation skill of our fingers going back and forth. So you can spin your fingers in opposite directions. Okay. Spin your fingers in opposite directions. Oops. And you create a windmill. So it ends up being a cool little fidget because you can turn it and spin it and turn it in different directions, right? Looking at it from different directions. As you look at it, it's pretty fun to look at. It's pretty nice. And remember, you can paint it, you can color it, making it different colors, right? So for example, this is one I just wanted to show you, but here I made one, and you might see this in a different video. Here I made two of them. So you can see how the strings are coming pretty much out of the center. And here on the back, See? It's in the center. And here in the center. And here in the back in the center. Okay, and these I painted green, blue, and yellow. So see there's some different splashes of those green, blue, yellow colors. And I can spin them. And I can go in different directions. Right, so one hand is moving one way. Right, you can turn it so you can really get a cool experience from it. Right, our windmill. So it ends up being a fidget, kind of a spinner. And it's also just a good way to just practice our fine motor skills. And by us holding this up in the air and spinning it, and we're keeping our shoulders up, we're strengthening those shoulder muscles, right? And the stronger our shoulder stability, the more movement we have in our distal finger mobility, right? So actually, the stronger that our shoulder muscles are, the more they're able to stabilize and support our arm, and the more movement and freedom our hand and finger has to move. Okay, so even just holding this up, right? It might seem like we're just spinning it, and this is me going in two different directions. This is the same direction. So it might seem like we're just spinning it and just enjoying it, looking at it. But by doing these spins, keeping our arms up, we're also strengthening those shoulder muscles too. So you can see this top one I made really nice. It really came out even. The bottom one is a little bit wobbly, so you can really see the difference, right? This one right here is really balanced, really even. And the bottom one is a little bit off balance. But still, nice and fun, right? I wonder if we just spin just one side. Okay, so kind of cool. Fortunately, I don't think it works with blowing. Oh, maybe it does. I'd have to give it a little bit of assistance, but it becomes our windmill activity, our windmill fidget. So toilet paper roll, some string, see if you can make your own windmill fidget today. Okay, find some cool colors and make something nice and cool. Right? So check it out, try it out. So it's a fun one, works on a lot of fine motor and the grosser motor, right, and the shoulder skills that are necessary for fine motor development and use and refinement of muscle. So hope it is helpful. Enjoy it. That is our letter W, wind chime activity. All right. Thank you. Enjoy.